Have you seen Colts running back Jonathan Taylor taking the league by storm? In fact, he might have worked his way back to the top spot at the position. So how did that happen? Taylor is one of the most explosive backs in the league once again. Head coach Shane Steichen has unleashed Taylor against second-level defenders with motion and eye candy, both before and after the snap. Jonathan Taylor has taken all of those opportunities and quite literally ran away with them. Take a step back to week 7 against the Chargers. Taylor kicked off the scoring in that game with a 23-yard touchdown run, a play in which Steichen's ability to move second-level defenders out of the way for Taylor was on full display. So the Colts start this play with wide receiver Anthony Gould down here to the right side and Michael Pittman in a little bit of an offset stack here. And they're actually going to take Anthony Gould here, motion him across to the left-hand side. And what you're going to get is these backers are going to bump just a little bit to that side. So what does that do for the defense and for the offense? So now here with the end zone cam, you can see linebacker here, Denzel Perryman, with his position before he gets bumped over by the motion, he can play these front side gaps and he's ready to attack that front side of what would be that side of the run. But as we roll the play a little bit, he's going to get bumped over. And now, as you can see it here, now he can only really play this front side A gap and potentially fall back into this backside B gap behind his defensive tackle in front of him. The issue that he's going to face as we roll the clip a little bit is this defensive tackle here in front of him is just going to get completely washed down. And so Perryman is really going to feel like his only path to the ball is going to be to fall back a little bit and try to just see if he can get in the backfield. That is not what's going to happen here because Tanner Bortolini, our center, is going to get so much movement on the other defensive tackle in front of him that it's just going to clear one runway for Jonathan Taylor. All he's got to do is make Derwin James miss, and he is scot-free into the end zone. Now let's jump forward to week 8 against the Titans. Taylor's 12-carry, 153-yard performance. Just like in the last play, the Colts are going to motion a receiver across the line of scrimmage before the snap, but this time we're going to get a different player cutting across back the other way after the snap to create a little bit of conflict. So the Colts once again start this play by motioning one of their receivers across the line of scrimmage before the snap. In this case, it's going to be wide receiver Josh Downs here at the bottom of the screen. He's going to motion across from left to right. So what that's going to do is that similar to the last play, it's going to get some of these second level defenders like middle linebacker Cody Barton and down safety Xavier Woods to bump over a little bit in their gaps to make sure that they're in the right space for the run fit. Now what we're going to get post snap is wide receiver Michael Pittman here down to the right hand side. He's actually going to cut across the formation, going from right to left and sprint into the flat as if he were maybe your flat control player on a boot passing concept. Now, the reason that's important is we've already got some of these second level defenders on the right-hand side. They're already influenced to move to the right by some of the pre-snap motion that they got. And then once the line starts declaring what they're doing with the run concept, a zone run to the right, they're just going to start moving that way. Once we start to roll this play, you're going to see Downs motion. You're going to see Pittman coming across. Gray gets stuck here. You can see him waiting. You can see him seeing Pittman like, oh, should I run for the flat controller? What do I do? Opens up a huge pathway between the two linebackers. Jonathan Taylor is free to the third level where he can just run straight into the Titans' two safeties. With as often as the Colts are springing Taylor free to the second and third level, you know the long touchdown runs are bound to happen. Taylor ripped off an 80-yard touchdown run against the Titans, a result that was equal parts pre-snap movement, some blocking adjustments, and Taylor's unique top gear. Now stop me if you've heard this before. The Colts are going to motion one of their receivers across the formation before the snap. In this case, it's once again going to be Josh Downs here at the bottom of the screen. He's going to move from the left-hand side and motion across to the right-hand side. Now, on this play, the Colts are going to use a different tool. Rather than having a second player cut across the formation the way that they have in the first two plays, their tool here is going to be a blocking scheme adjustment. Now, on this play, the Colts are just running zone to the left. Every offensive lineman is going to step to the left and just try to get across their man. That's how this play should work out. But the Colts are actually going to make an adjustment here based on the alignment of this defensive lineman, Sebastian Joseph Day. He is just inside of the left tackle's inside shoulder, which means that if you're the left guard trying to get across his face on a zone concept like this, he's just so far away, he's that extra half gap away that it's really difficult for the guard to make that block. And so what the Colts are going to do instead with him is they're actually going to take left tackle Bernard Raymond and ask him to block down against Sebastian Joseph Day, kind of block him against the grain of the play, and then they're going to get their guard here, Quentin Nelson, and center Tanner Bortolini, and they're going to kind of have him wrapping around Bernard Raymond and try to see if they can get him fitting in front of Jonathan Taylor, create a little bit of a crease here, and see if they can spring Taylor again to the third level. We're going to roll the play a little bit here, and it's going to work exactly like that. You're going to see Bernard Raymond is not only going to be able to clear out Sebastian Joseph Day, but he's going to get so much vertical push here that he actually gets in the way of the linebacker, Cedric Gray, and is able to free Jonathan Taylor free. He's going to make not one guy miss, but he's going to spring past another tiptoeing on the sideline all the way for an 80-yard touchdown to put the Colts even further ahead in this game. Taylor's season is a microcosm of stellar offensive line play, prime play calling, and just all-around good football. He's on a scoring pace right now that we have hardly seen since the turn of the century, a time when guys like Priest Holmes, Shaun Alexander, and LaDainian Tomlinson were taking turns either tying or breaking the rushing touchdown record year after year. The record's a long way away for Taylor, but it's tantalizing to think how many times he might reach the end zone before the season ends. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, go and check out this video about how the Broncos came back to beat the Giants in dramatic fashion. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and throw us a comment with what you'd like to see us break down next week.